Hello everyone, Invader ZA here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a bit of a brief tutorial with the game Farming Simulator 2019, a game that came out roughly at the end of 2018. I have put approximately 666 hours into it, and it's a game I hope you will enjoy. For those of you who have never played before, it is a game about being a farmer. Roughly, it is pretty much as the name implies. So we are going to, you can customize your character, roughly your shirt, your hair, if you wear a hat, you can name that sort of thing. You can change your glasses, that sort of thing. Your character can be male, female. The customization is pretty limited, but honestly, you do not see your character anyway, so it really does not matter. It is modded. It is very moddable, and most of the mods are not necessary, but some of them are quite fun, including maps and just an all-around active modding community. There are vehicles and etc. and quality of life modding. So anyways, the only one I'm going to enable right now is the Real Clock mod, but actually I'm not even going to enable it right now because we don't need it. We are going to go through the simple starting tutorial, and just to kind of give you a feel of the game here. We're going to start in Ravenport, one of the two maps that come with the game. Ravenport is a North American United States map, and the other one is called Felsbrunn, and it is a Eastern France, West Germany style map. All right, so here we are. We are going to click Start. And welcome to Farming Simulator. Would you like to start a short guided tour? This will show you the basics of the game. You can click yes or no. Does not matter. I am going to go ahead and click no, because really if you want to, it'll go through basically what I'm going to show you, but it wastes more time. Start a new career and you'll be asked again. All right, so here is your starting area. If you start out on a new playthrough in Ravenport, it starts you out with this zone area right here, and which, click on that. Your value is 362,000, and this one is 210,000, so that is 600,000 or so. And it also starts you with several buildings and tractors. You can access your garage and see. Starts you out with 3 tractors, a harvester, a trailer, the header for the harvester, a cultivator, a seeder, several weights, a silo, a bunch of buildings, including your farmhouse and whatnot. So yeah, starting out in almost all, even the modded maps, starting out with all of them, you can sell all the stuff that you don't want, if you so choose, but it doesn't really affect it one way or the other. So we are going to hit tab, and it's going to take us to our first vehicle on the list, which will be our harvester. We're going to hit Q right there. That's going to connect our header, and then we are going to unfold the harvester. Hit B to start it up, and it's if you were going to go through the thing, it would tell you to we are going to basically just turn harvester on. That's just to give you a feel. You can go through the field and harvest it yourself, but you can also hire a worker. If you look on our upper left hand corner, that is pressing H. And wow, let's go ahead and turn it around, I guess. Thanks, game. Then we'll hire our helper. One thing that you should know is that by default, when you start a new map, you turn on crop destruction. What that means is if you drive into your crops, you will destroy them, thus decreasing your yield. Now, when you turn a helper on, they do not destroy crops. So, just something to keep in mind. All right, now we're going to jump out, and next we are going to run over to our next tractor. We could hit tab and attach that right there, and that right there. Now, when you are making attachments to your tractor, the order you attach them in is basically going to be, what you're put it on. Now, if by default, after you connect the two attachments, it's going to have you do your weight be what you're on. You're going to want to lower your cultivator, otherwise you're just moving your weight down, which does absolutely nothing for you. So let's go ahead and raise it up, and we are going to switch our tool, or press G. That's going to bring us down to there, lower our cultivator. And there we go. We're going to get a feel for the cultivator here before we hire a worker. And you cultivate each field to prepare them for planting seeds. But aside from that, that's all there is to it. Now we're going to go to this one. And we're going to pick up our seeder. It starts you out with a full thing of seeds, which is good. Switch your tool over to the seeds. Now we're going to select our fruit. And honestly, it does not matter. But I like to start out with oilseed radish, and the reason being is that the oilseed radish, you start out when it is a green manure, works as a fertilizer, increasing your next yield by 30%. That is free, other than the cost of seeds. So, just a little thing for y'all here. Always, or not all, it's up to you. You don't have to. Increasing your yield increases your money, so it's not a bad idea to do. All right, we'll turn on our helper. They'll go ahead and finish off the field for us. And now we're going to go ahead and go over to this one. And we are going to attach the wagon. Now, again, crop destruction is on. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, when you go through your tutorial, it's going to ask you to drive beside the tractor. We are not going to do so yet. We are actually going to wait for it to swing around to where it can bring its pipe out onto a clear area, because we do not want to destroy our crops. Now, for those of you who want to play without crop destruction, you hit escape to open up the menu here, and you flip over to the tractor with a cog on it, and crop destruction is right here. I'm going to leave it on. I am also going to turn on periodic plowing, and we're going to turn on plant withering. We're going to leave plant growth on there, We're going to turn off refill from the helpers. We are going to turn on our fuel usage up to default. And we're going to leave that default difficulty as normal. Alright. These are my preferred ways of playing. This gives you more of a sense of realism. It also, you only pay for with your worker the work they're actually doing. You're not they're not refilling fuel that you don't need them to refuel. If you want to do a quote-unquote hard mode, you would start the game as a low, like the third choice, I forget what it's called. And then you would keep your, you would turn your economic difficulty on to hard. I don't see the need for that just yet, but, can't hurt. So anyways, another thing, this is your silo. Now, when you are finished harvesting, you may decide that you want to conserve what you've harvested until the price meets what you need. Now, if you click on this little graph setting right here, this shows you the current prices. You can arrange by by clicking whatever one you want. It'll arrange it based on what gives the most yield, or what sells for the most. It also tells you where, if you so wish, you can tag it. It'll bring it up on the map. Right now, we're not going to concern ourselves too much with it. But anyways, if say for example, you notice over here that Port Grain Elevator, the price is going up. Well, you may not want to sell your oats until that price is at the maximum. So you would just throw it in your silo until that was done. So, just a thought. Alright, we are going to stop this traffic jam that we got going on over here. Now, if you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the little mini-map. And in that bottom left-hand corner, you will notice that they have the degrees, the 270 degrees. That is your compass. Based on your field and its position, it helps you to learn how to keep things straight. If you are, like say for example, this field, you're going from left to right, it is 270 and 90 degrees. So if you are trying to get to keep it going straight, you want to line up your positioning at 90 and 270. And if once you do, you can hit cruise control, and then just go straight. And all you got to do is keep it within a percentage of your degree mark, and voila, you get to keep it straight. Now, the last thing we are going to do is we are going to talk about on this tutorial is selling. The making money, basically. You do so by selling your what you have harvested, and now going the route that I've shown you, you're going to have to plant twice, and you're going to have to wait for those plantings, and you're going to have to cultivate the field twice. It's a little bit more work to do, but it will increase your yield. Alternatively, you can go without it, if you're in a hurry. But it is entirely up to you. Now, our next video in the series, we'll talk about contracts, which is another way of making money in the game. And I left a line right down through the middle of that, and that, whatever. Anyway, I will fix that real quick, because it will bug me if I don't. What I get for not paying attention. Anywho, so the next video we will talk about, we will go over contracts and the making money part. But last but not least for this video, I am going to go ahead and get him lined up as a worker. Might be a her. I'm going to get them lined up. And we are going to get in our little Fiat here, and we are going to sell this last little bit of wheat that has been harvested right here. Now, Once you have your fruit in your trailer that you want to sell, we go for a drive. Now this Fiat is has a pretty decent amount of horsepower starting out, so it will pull it, but it's very slow. So anyways, now we are going to take this. You can go multiple sell locations, and we are selling wheat. So we are going to go to the restaurant here. We're going to tag it. It brings it up in the map. You see it in our left hand. Bottom left-hand corner, there's a flashing black circle with a downward arrow. That is a sell location. And if you see in the distance there is a green beam. That is our sell location. But last but not least, we are here at the sell location. We drive over the little railhead. We hit I. Notice our money is going up. We have made 1,436 euros. And I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me while I went over this tutorial. In the next video, we will go over other ways of making money. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!